Have you ever wondered about the invisible rules governing the content we consume every day? Beyond the familiar letters and numbers, there's this whole world of nuanced classifications shaping what we see and, well, when we see it. It's not just about age, really. It's about impact, platform rules, and sometimes even surprising deadlines. Welcome to the Speed and Gwen's Deep Dive podcast, where we take your source material and dig for those surprising insights and crucial details you need to be truly well-informed. Today, we're diving into a fascinating corner of content classification. We're exploring a system you might not have heard of, but one that offers, well, incredible insights into how digital media is categorized. Our focus is the International Administrative Board of Age Classifications, or IABAC. You find it on Speedgoin's official website. Our mission for this deep dive: to unpack the intricacies of these ratings, everything from their impact levels to their unique and sometimes, frankly, surprising platform-specific rules. Okay, let's unpack this. It's not every day you stumble upon a rating system quite this granular.
It really isn't. The IABA, International Administrative Board of Age Classifications, it's a system specifically designed to define and categorize content suitability, and it's based on both age and the level of content impact. It originates, like you said, from Speed and Ween's official website, which gives it a very particular context, sort of bespoke, you know?
Right, so let's start with what they call the unrestricted categories. We probably all recognize things like G and PG from, movies and TV, but does IABAC add its own sort of spin on these? What are the key distinctions here?
Well, first, G for general is pretty straightforward. Suitable for all viewers, the whole family. The content is described as very mild in impact. Simple enough. Then you have PG, parental guidance. Also suitable for all, but there's that specific note. Some scenes parents may not like for their young children.
Yeah.
Still classified as just mild in impact.
Okay. And PG-13, that's another one most people know. Does IABAC define it differently or add anything we should be aware of?
It does add a bit of emphasis. So PG-13, parental guidance 13, it means some scenes may not be suitable for viewers under 13 years. And this system strongly emphasizes that persons under 13 years are required guidance from a parent or guardian. The impact level here shifts up a bit to mild moderate.
Not moderate, okay.
Then we have 13 plus.
Yeah.
This one was designated suitable only for viewers 13 or above, and parents are strongly cautioned that the content might be inappropriate for kids under 13. This rating is moderate in impact. And interestingly, it says right here, this rating has been replaced as M rating.
Oh, okay. So 13 plus is gone, replaced by M. And that's where it gets really interesting, I think. The nuances between parental guidance and this recommended for mature audiences idea.
Okay.
They seem quite distinct, don't they?
Especially with M.
They really are. M stands for mature. It's recommended for viewing by mature audiences aged 15 years and over. But here's the fascinating part, the specific allowance. Children under the age of 15 can watch M-rated video, but it's not recommended.
So they can, but maybe shouldn't. Exactly. It's a recommendation, not a hard barrier like you might see elsewhere, which is quite a different approach. And the content impact for M is still listed as moderate.
All right, so if those unrestricted categories are kind of the public spaces, then the restricted zones must be where things get more complex. What are the rules governing access here, and how do they mesh with the big platforms like YouTube?
Yeah, this is where IABE definitely brings in stricter controls. First up is R16 plus. It means restricted to persons 16 years and over. It's clearly stated as not suitable for viewers under 16 years unless accompanied by a parent or adult guardian. And the content jumps up to strong in impact.
Strong impact. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I also see this AV16 plus is listed here, but it says retired. What's the deal with that? Does a rating just disappear? What does that tell us?
That's a great point. It's an important insight into how these systems work. AV16 plus also meant restricted to persons 16 years and over, and was also strong in impact as well as R16 plus rating. Seeing a retired rating like that suggests the system evolved. Maybe they consolidated categories that were too similar or reevaluated how they describe certain impacts. It just shows these aren't static rule books, They adapt. They have to with how fast content changes.
Makes sense. So building on that strong impact of R16 plus NEN, then we get to R18 plus NEED. This seems like a big step up, especially when you mentioned platform requirements earlier.
R18 plus is definitely a significant leap. It's restricted to persons 18 years and over, naturally. Content may not be suitable for viewers under 18 years. But crucially, if a video gets this R18 plus rating, the platform itself, it says here, will set the video to age restriction and strongly requires the use of the parental lock system.
So the platform enforces it.
Yes. And the content impact is strong high, and it notes it may vary depending on the content's severity. But what's really striking here, I think, is the interaction with platform rules, specifically YouTube.
How so?
Well, the source states that R18 plus content may only be classified and may only be uploaded to YouTube when it contains high amount of violence and offensive language.
Okay.
But if the video contains some sexual scenes or may include drug or substance use, it may not be classified and uploaded to YouTube.
Wow. Okay. So even if IABAC rates it R18 plus wakes, YouTube might still say no based on certain types of content like sex or drugs, even if violence is okay.
Precisely. It really highlights this tension, doesn't it, between
Right.
the classification system and the platform's own community guidelines. Who's really in charge? They give examples, too, like Oppenheimer, which apparently was withdrawn, re-rated to R16 plus 2. And The Wolf of Wall Street is mentioned in this context, too.
That's huge. It means YouTube's specific rules are actively shaping what an R18 plus classification even means in practice, at least on their platform. What does that imply for content creators? And that brings us, I guess, to the highest level, R21 plus owned.
It's a critical consideration for creators, absolutely. And yes, R21 plus own, this is described as strictly for adults only, specifically for viewers aged 21 years and over only, youth not allowed. Very clear. This rating covers things like explicit sex scenes, including full graphic nudity, though it notes except language, also graphic drug substance abuse or use, and very extreme depictions of violence that are not permitted for children, young viewers, and viewers under the age of 21.
And parental lock required again, I assume.
Yes, parental lock is required. But here's where the platform rules get even more specific. Again, talking about YouTube, it says R21 plus videos will be uploaded to YouTube with a limited time at 11 p.m.
Wait, only at night?
Specifically 5-10 days. After this time, it will be set to private mode or possibly deleted.
Whoa, only 5-10 days. That's it.
That's what it says. But, and this is the big caveat again, explicit sex scenes, including full graphic nudity, are excluded due to community guidelines issues.
So even the highest rating, R21 plus Gabi, still can't show explicit nudity on YouTube, even temporarily, because of YouTube's own rules.
Exactly. It's fascinating, isn't it? The platform guidelines essentially override or heavily modify even the most restrictive classification in the system, at least for public uploads. The content impact here is rated high.
So just thinking this through, imagine you're a filmmaker. You make something intense, challenging, it gets an R21 plus Gabi, then you find out YouTube will only show it for maybe a week late at night, and you have to cut the graphic nudity anyway. What does that even do to your distribution plan or the art itself? That this goes way beyond just age warnings. These are serious practical limitations.
It absolutely is. It shows the really complex dance creators have to navigate between their vision, the rating systems labels, and then the practical realities and rules of the platforms where people actually watch stuff. You'd have to think about distribution channels beyond just YouTube right from the start for that kind of content.
Definitely. Okay, and one last classification mentioned is RC. What's that about? Refused classification.
Exactly. RC stands for refused classification. This happens when basically content doesn't pass censorship. It mentions this could include violating Freddie's Playtime guidelines, which must be Speed and Nguyen's own internal policies.
Ah, okay. Internal rules, too.
Right. And the consequences depend on the format. For videos, a violation means it will be banned worldwide on our YouTube channel. For movies, though, it says they will be banned in some countries. So slightly different outcomes.
So RC is basically the end of the road within this system,
Yeah,
deemed unfit for distribution.
pretty much, yes. It's the ultimate rejection marker in the IABAC framework.
Okay, so we've really dug into this IABS system from Speed and Nguyen's site. We've gone from G, suitable for everyone, all the way up through PG, M, the restricted R ratings, R16 plus R, R18 plus RAC, that super restricted R21 plus with all its platform caveats, and even this refused classification. It's a lot more detailed than I initially thought. Understanding systems like this, even specific ones like IABR, really does give you a better lens for thinking about content suitability online, doesn't it?
It certainly does. It pulls back the curtain a bit on the granular level of thought that goes into managing and moderating content, especially showing that balancing act between what the creator intends, protecting different audiences, and crucially, navigating the ever-changing rules of these massive distribution platforms.
So here's something to think about. Given how detailed IABV is and its very specific rules for platforms like YouTube, how do you think a system like this
might influence content creation and distribution differently compared to, say, the MPAA ratings or other big, widely known systems. And what does its existence with all these platform interactions tell us about the future of content moderation, especially in this kind of fragmented digital world we live in? Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into content classification. We hope it gave you some aha moments, maybe a new perspective on how content gets categorized and ultimately consumed. See you again in the next episode for another deep dive.